And we are back with This is Private Practice for Tactical Tuesday, which is just a name I've come up with for Tuesdays. It's empty. It's the end of the day. There's nothing left. All the coffee cups and mugs on the table. Oh, no, there's a bit of stuff left in that one. I'm not going to empty that on my desk, but good to know. Wowzers, what a big day here at Purple Co HQ. It's been cold, which is why the curtain is closed, because I need to keep all the heat in. I am not enjoying the fact that winter is arriving, even though it's June this week, and that's when winter arrives. It just doesn't make me feel good knowing. But then I guess now that winter has arrived means that it'll be over soon and summer's coming back. Yay! There we go. Like that reframe? I can reframe anything, I think, apart from some of the head trash that goes on. But anywho, I wanted to talk specifically into tactics to get you organized to look after yourself during the day. So it's going to be highly educational and a bit bossy Joe. A huge project I'm working on this week. I was informed that I need to now create a PowerPoint presentation, which we didn't think was going to happen. So yay for my all the years of learning how to do copywriting and writing of technical reports are now being tested. Anywho, so knowing that I had another intense day today, because I delivered to 4 clients today while I've been writing. So it's been a big day of delivery as well as writing and managing brand new referrals. We had an international referral today from New Zealand, which is not a part of Australia, but that's pretty cool. Anywho, how do I get myself organized to make sure that I am looking after myself? Living with a chronic health condition and teaching things like the burnout recovery program and facilitating the fatigue management program, I have so become aware of the importance of being well planned in how you're going to manage the care of yourself during any day. There are times in my life when I am having to manage this on a half day by half day basis, and sometimes that's what it takes. But I still see so many people thinking that self-care is about the luxurious holiday or getting your nails done or excuses for pampering, which is lovely, and please keep doing that. But make sure you got some of these fundamentals in place first. So you need to get your nutrition sorted. I was working with a client today, and we've been working through my burnout recovery program, and she just doesn't eat breakfast. In fact, she feels so lousy because the way work has left her feeling that she doesn't eat until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now you're all going, oh, that's not very good, but I question how many of us are leaving ourselves nutritionally depleted by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it means being thoughtful about the fuel that you're putting in your body and what you're asking your body to do with that fuel. So I'm not here to give you dietary advice. I'm just saying, please put nutritionally rich food into your body. Yes, please drink your soda and eat your chocolate and have your chips and have your cake. You can do all of that. Just make sure you've got some nutritionally rich food happening. Number 1, make sure there's food happening. Number 2, make sure it's nutritionally rich food. So for a lot of us, that means that we need to plan what we're going to take to work, bring to work, or buy. So for me, I have got this working from home thing down. I've got food planned. I do all my food planning, not necessarily prepping, but planning on the weekend. And if I am out of my home office, that's when I tend to either not eat very late, or forget about the nutritionally rich content, which means the next day I'm messy or I'm going home with a migraine. Neither of those things are great outcomes. So it's about planning, making sure I have the time to eat, making sure that I am not eating on the run, making sure that the food is available. And there are times when you might need to buy it in. HelloFresh is a great example. YouFoods is an awesome example for me for snacks, and making sure that I have things like nuts and fruit. I'm not the biggest fruit eater on the planet, but good food available, quick and easy for me to have. Okay. So making sure we're getting the nutrients in. The next thing we've got to make sure we're getting in is enough water. Now, I get that when it's cold, we don't want to drink a lot of water. So drink warm water and maybe stick some lemon in it or some honey in it. So I'm just talking about plain water. The honey and the lemon kind of muddies that up, doesn't it? So I've done a lot of research on the effects of coffee on the body. Surprised to hear that. Now, most reputable research will tell us that if you drink a shot of coffee, you need to drink a liter of water to compensate for the dehydration diuretic effects of that coffee. So if you're drinking 3 coffees a day, then you need to be consuming 3 liters of water. And some of you awesome Americans can do your own conversion chart from imperial to whatever it is we use metric. Yeah, Beck, it's a lot. So the good thing about that, though, is if you go and drink that amount of water, you're going to need to go to the bathroom a lot more, which means you're going to be walking a lot more. But let me come back to this water consumption. I don't think anybody realizes how dehydrated we really are. Most of us are working in artificial aerated environments. So we are being dehydrated by air conditioning, by lights, even in our cars, at our homes. We're just not consuming enough quality water in a way that our bodies can absorb it. So my challenge to you is get yourself a container that measures a liter. Mine's disappeared today. I have a feeling it's in the upstairs office because I was seeing a client and I was determined to get through my liter bottle. But I've had 3 coffees today and I can assure you I have not drunk 3 liters of water. And what tends to happen is by the evening, I can feel tension and discomfort in my head. And if I don't replenish my water supplies, then I will wake up during the night with a headache, and they can often feel like a migraine. Yes, Beck McMurray, incidental exercise because you're drinking all the water. It's one of my favorite rehab tactics. I'm going to get you moving because I'm going to get you drinking more because you need to help move that medication through your body. So let's all start to increase our awareness around our water consumption. So if you're like me and you don't enjoy cold water when it's cold, make it warm. Make sure you are measuring your water and just get a feel for it. Now, you will start to feel waterlogged, so please don't go from like a cup of water a day to 3 liters. No, I can assure you, you will feel disgusting doing that. I know, I tested it. There are some people around suggesting that we need to drink 10 liters of water a day. I haven't gone beyond 4. I thought I was drowning from the inside out. Now, again, I am not a dietitian. This is not medical advice. This is general advice to help you think about how to care for yourself during the day. All the disclaimers, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Okay. Coming on the back of that, though, is how are you going to move during your day? If you're like me and you spend a lot of your day seated, we have to make conscious decisions about how we're going to move. So for me, I've worked between upstairs and downstairs today, and I actually physically have to walk up there to do that. I've also made myself walk around in the office while I've been on the phone because I don't want to go outside. And I have deliberately got myself up and moving and pacing when it's just been a thing I had to do today because I knew I would be stuck in my seat a lot. Walking around is not the same as having a standing desk. I'm not talking about having a standing desk. I'm talking about moving your body. So if you see 6 or 7 clients in a day, you are going to need to be conscious about how you can move your body in between sessions, before sessions, after sessions. You've got to get your blood flowing. You've got to give your body a chance to move because that's what it was designed to do. So I know a lot of people go to the gym, they go for a run, you can go for a walk, you can do some yoga, you can do some Pilates. The worst thing you can do is go from a 7-hour, sitting day to 3 hours in front of the couch and the TV. Please don't do that. I'm very good at that, and I can assure you it's not good for you. We have to break that up a bit. So another part of looking after yourself and caring for yourself is how are you going to begin your day and end your day? So many of us are caught up in the cycle of being frantic and urgent and always running on empty, and I've got so much to do and I'm so busy, and our self-talk is not helping us with all of that stuff and the things. We've got kids. Some of us have got kids like Beck McMurray, how you do what you do, Adele Latu, how you do. I think hats off, you're amazing. I have one child, he was awesome. But when we're running from one thing to the other, very little awareness or thoughtfulness or mindfulness is given to how you're going to start your day and how are you going to end your work day. So when you start your work day, have a routine for yourself that gets you in the zone of I'm here to work. So for me, I walk into my office, I turn on the lights, I make sure all the equipment's working. make sure there's coffee and the machine's on. I open up my computer because it takes my computer a while, and I just sit and I reflect and I go, does anything need to change? Now, at the end of the day, I reverse the process. So I'm the person who likes to turn everything off, make sure everything's cleaned up and ready to go tomorrow, so that I can just come in and start and be ready to go. Since I've implemented those looking after myself at the beginning and the end of the day, a couple of things have happened. One, my stress levels between work and home have reduced significantly. I am less likely to take work home in my head, and I can be more present with my family when I'm home. And it forces me to have really good boundaries around my work. So I have a specific work start and work finish. And I cannot tell you how many times I have worked with clients who are unable to work because of all sorts of medical conditions, who let their work bleed into the rest of their life. So put some boundaries on yourselves, people. Even if it means you have to make an appointment with your personal trainer directly after work to get you out of the chair, moving, drinking water, because they'll make you run and do other things like burpees. So it's a great way to get a bookend to your day. Have a really structured behavioral prompt to the end of your day. And then I want to talk to you about the next thing that we need to look after, and that's how we rest. Yes, you're going to go, but I can't have a nap. Some of you can, but the way we rest in the day, we need to cognitively rest, we need to emotionally rest, and sometimes we need to physically rest. So if you've gone for lots of walking, maybe you're doing walk and talk therapy, or maybe you've got a physically demanding therapy job, you know, I've got physios and EPs here, I've got yoga instructors in this community, you need to give your body a time to replenish. So that's when you go, hey body, physically, thank you very much for the awesome stuff you've done today. I'm now going to focus on some of the cognitively demanding work so that you guys, arms, legs, back, have a break. Brain, your turn to function. Conversely, we need to do that if you have been totally focused and absorbed in tasks like I have been today. So my cognitive load has been really high today. So I need to make sure that I have broken that up. And I have. So I had very cognitively demanding tasks for 90 minutes this morning. I then went client, 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 which is more emotionally demanding for me. Then I've gone cognitively demanding this afternoon. So my body's had a rest, my brain's had a rest, my emotions have had a rest. The other thing that we need to be taking a little bit more attention to is eye strain. I completely misunderstood how much eye strain is going on this planet. So particularly in Western societies, it would appear that I have lost my phone. Okay, so we often go from screen to phone to screen to thing to screen to thing, and we're in screens all the time. And we're not taking the time to look out and practice our distance vision. So our distance vision is our long distance vision. So looking out a window, which I've covered up this afternoon, but even looking to the other end of your office and giving your eyes a chance to get rid of the intensity of all this up close work that we're doing all the time. Now, it's interesting that I've had that realization after being at the optometrist yesterday, but it helped prompt me to go, I am not giving my eyes enough of a break. So caring for self, look at that. I've spoken for nearly 15 minutes on this. It is something I am incredibly passionate about because you all know my philosophy. If we're not taking care of ourselves, then we can't be at our best to be taking care of the people who need us and are relying on us. So if I can help impart to you some ideas, some things that have worked for me, help raise your awareness about some of the stuff you could be doing in your day, then I feel like I'm kind of sharing the love and making sure that we're all sustainable in these professions. Oh, there we go. I am really thirsty because I haven't had enough water to drink today. Let's fix that, shall we? So I've talked into nutrition, I've talked into water, I've talked into movement, I've talked into beginning and ending your day, I've talked into rest breaks. So out of those 6 things, which one are you going to focus on and commit to for the next week? Can't ask you to make 6 lots of behavioral change in one day because that's not going to be sustainable. So there's one thing from what you've heard today that you can take away and implement, even if it means that you're all getting 1 litre bottles of water and are going to start working on drinking 1 litre a day or 1 litre post-coffee, that is going to be a brilliant result. You will thank me. I thank me for doing this now because I didn't do it for so long. I thank me for doing this now. So I'm all about going and being your awesome self because I want you to be successful, sustainable, and here for the long run. So I'm looking forward. Put your comments below. Let me know which one thing you're going to focus on in the next week. And until tomorrow afternoon, go be your awesome self.